Hello and welcome. My name is Jessica Gem. In the month of May, many artists enjoy drawing majestic, half-human, half-fish sea creatures known as mermaids. This tradition, called MerMay, is a lovely community event that inspires all sorts of creative designs involving different colors, constructions, level of detail, different water-dwelling species, and more. I did MerMay every day back in 2021, alternating between 3 challenges, basing them off of different animals, trying out a different medium, or doing a different mini-challenge like using only one color. I think it was quite successful, though some more than others, and I ended up with some cool designs. In both 2022 and 2023, I ended up not doing anything for MerMay at all. And this year, while I can't do a drawing every single day, I did want to do something at least. When I remembered this challenge, I also realized that this would be the perfect opportunity to draw something that I've had on my art to-do list for nearly a year? Whoa, I didn't think it had been that long. Okay, so apparently for MerMay last year, Film Theory put out a video about the live-action Little Mermaid movie. Not about the animation or more political side of things like most others, but about the science of what a deep-sea-dwelling, human-ish, fish-ish creature would actually be like. I went back through and noted down all the characteristics that they laid out during the video, and let me just say, if I want to make this thing attractive at all, I've got my work cut out for me. Basically, they would be mammals like whales, with tails that move up and down. They do give milk to their young, so they would have some sort of feeding system, so warning for weird sea boobs, I guess. To breathe both in and out of water, they'd need both lungs and gills. And for hearing, they would likely have just hearing holes instead of ears to reduce drag. They'd have webbed hands, giant pupils for capturing lots of light in the dark water, and if they had hair at all, it would need to be rather slick to their body, except for a few sensory whiskers. To keep warm, they'd need to have a layer of blubber, and their coloring would likely be a pale underside to camouflage with the surface, and a dark blue back to do the same with the depths. Their body and head would likely be streamlined to allow the easiest passage through water, and last but not least, they would be insanely loud due to how water transfers sound. That's a lot to put into a design. For the sake of the art and making something that is not just literally a dolphin or seal, I'll be doing my best to interpret all of these features while still keeping in mind the point of a mermaid, which is to be both mer and maid, so I still want them to be obviously humanoid on top. I knew that this was going to be a challenge if I wanted it to be even remotely cute or cool, but even though my original concept was going in a creepy direction, the shape language turned out so soft and round that I couldn't really pull it off at the moment. So weird, but cute it is. Originally, I wanted to use these features to make a spooky little guy and incorporate the dangerous volume of their song as a framing element, and kind of sound wave indicating rings shooting towards the viewer, to include that little tidbit that MatPat mentioned in the theory. Since that no longer fit the vibe though, the pose I ended up deciding on still alludes to the idea by showing that she needs to be quiet so she doesn't burst your eardrums. How very considerate of her. It also could be taken as her telling you to keep her a secret so that no one learns of their existence. So even without context, I think it works pretty well. As you could probably tell by my notes, I was very unsure of this through the whole process. But keeping my goal in mind, I did the best I could, and honestly, I think it's not half bad. Yeah, it's odd, but it meets the brief fairly well in my opinion. Let me know if you think I got close in the comments below. By the time I got to this piece, I was running low on time, so I had to stick with what I had made and make something presentable. I loosely followed some tips that I had learned from Sam Does Art's recent coloring tutorial video, which I also did a short on for some Moreira Tours fan art, and it was pretty fun. I looked at screenshots of whales underwater to assist with the colors and really tried to make a cool illustration, and tried to keep it loose and messy, varying my colors and not being scared to merge my layers and toss some things around in a sort of very digital painterly style, mostly using an opacity variation round brush and a blending tool. I've been a regular viewer of the theory channels for years, since long before food or style theory even existed, and I do still enjoy the content with the new hosts. I'm grateful for every bit of entertainment from the channels over the years, so I hope that this realistic mermaid would make MatPat proud. Thank you so much for watching. I hope she isn't too creepy. But that's just a theory. An art theory. That's all for now, so farewell and have a wonderful day.